Alright, what is up guys? We're back today with the Hilux SR5 48 volt. So for those of you who don't know, this is the new facelift that Toyota's done on some of the Hiluxes with that 48 volt technology. It's not a hybrid, so it's just there to help with your fuel economy, helps with your power side of things as well. So you can see on the front here, it's kind of sharpened it up a little bit. I think it looks better. All the chrome's gone now as well, so your handle, sports bar, that's all completely blacked out. Same back here, so all down here used to be chrome, and now it's all blacked out. And then they've also added your dampeners now to the tailgate as a standard option from factory, which I'm surprised wasn't there in the first place. Jumping into the inside, couple changes in here. So down here now you've got your drive modes, sport, normal, and your eco, which is controlled with this dial. And then you've also got your multi-terrain select now, which is also new. So when you have the car in four-wheel drive, you can tell it what terrain you're going on, which the other models never had. Now they've also added auto stop start. Now you do have to turn this off every time you hop in the car. So every time it's been turned off and back on, you've got to turn it off. The thing they've added now, you've got your wireless phone charger, which was never there. That's a nice addition, even though you still need to plug your phone in for CarPlay and Android Auto. So it's a bit weird. If you're using CarPlay, you're not really going to be using the wireless charger anyway. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. The one I'm driving today is the premium interior. So the driver's seat has your electric controls, and everything's leather instead of fabric. So we'll take it for a drive, see how it goes compared to the non-48 volts, see if there's a difference. I've found so far driving this car that there's a major difference as opposed to the non-48 volt. All right, I will say one thing, the infotainment screen is very much so due for an upgrade. So it's running Toyota's old software, so it doesn't have your wireless Apple CarPlay. The maps are completely outdated. It's pretty much useless unless you're using it for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Other thing I forgot to mention that they've added is this. They've used to have two cup holders. Now because you're driving controls, you've got this little slit here, which actually works well anyway for your phone. Works as a nice little spot to put it in while you're driving. So turn this out of sport back into normal. Now right off the bat, if you come from driving a non-48 volt, I personally think there is a huge difference drive-wise. Just power, it feels like you have a lot more power, especially low end before that turbo kicks in. Now it's not like the normal Toyota hybrids where it can run on full electric, or it's not even considered a hybrid. That's why they call it 48 volt and not mild hybrid. So it'll be different to, we're getting the Tundras here in Australia, which will have the iForce Max motor, which is what you'd consider a hybrid. These are something completely different. Nice skyline. I know there's going to be mixed feelings about the auto stop start. It can get a little bit annoying. I know some people don't like it and would just turn it off every single time, but you know, when you're commuting in traffic and you want to be saving fuel, especially with the price of fuel at the moment, it can be useful. I mean, it was implemented for a reason. These do tend to ride a bit rough, but it's because they're made to carry. So they're made to carry lots of weight in the back. So right now, because there's nothing back there, it does ride kind of hard. But it's nothing that's really bugged me while driving. And this 48 volt won't be an optional thing for the SR5s and the Rogues. They're gonna have to have it because of these new emission laws coming out next year in Australia. Anything that's not fuel efficient will be, there'll be a tax placed against them, which means that all non-fuel efficient cars like the 300 series Land Cruisers will be going up in price. Don't know how much, but I'd say by quite a bit. The idea is to offset you know, the non-fuel efficient cars with the fuel efficient ones, which is why you probably noticed Toyota have moved to all hybrid. So you can't get it, you can't get most of their cars now not hybrid, like Corollas, Yaris's, RAV4s, they're all going to be hybrids. Now, fuel efficiency side of things, I've been driving this for about a week now. Fuel economy is about 9 litres per 100 Ks, which is definitely up there considering I've been doing a lot of freeway driving as well. So I've only used about a quarter of a tank, and it's estimating I'd get about 600 kilometers. A big question that a lot of people have been asking is, will this 48 volt motor cause issues with water crossings compared to the non-48 volts? And it's the exact same as the non-48 volt, your water crossing levels, with the battery being underneath the back seat anyway, so it's all sealed inside the car. Another thing to note, for whatever reason, the GR Hiluxes completely miss out on this 48 volt motor, so they won't be getting the 48 volt, the GR Hiluxes. They'll be staying as they are. I'm not sure if it's because of the setup that they have on them being tuned up a bit more. It wouldn't work with the 48 volt motor, but it's 100% not coming to the GR Hiluxes, at least at the moment. I'd say, depending on how the Tundra does with its iForce Max motor, that's probably what they're going to start rolling out to most of these diesels. Keep in mind, the tyres fitted to this at the moment are the factory tyres, so they're not all-terrains or anything like that. They're just your standard road tyres. So road noise wise, it's pretty quiet, but I say as soon as you fit some all-terrains to this, it'd probably be noticeably louder. I'd say Toyota would definitely have a new model in the works at the moment, especially to compete with the Ranger, because this interior is probably getting a little bit outdated. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but there's just a lot of hard plastics, especially considering that driveway pricing for this one as it is about 72.5. But they are proven. than the safety feature side of things. So the lane keep assist, which you can turn off with this button here, and it does stay off. I found it to be not amazing compared to what's out there. There's been a couple times where I don't know if it's read the road wrong, but it's tried to steer me into oncoming traffic a couple times, which is quite a concern. So I keep that off for now. This is running Toyota's older safety sense system. So, you know, it doesn't have all speed cruise control, so you can't use cruise control from 0. I don't know what the exact speed that it needs to be at is. But yeah, compared to Toyota's new safety system, this one's definitely feeling outdated. But the adaptive cruise control works fine. Commuting on the freeway, it makes it nice and easy. Not having to turn your cruise control off or on. Overall, I'd have to say there'd be no reason why you wouldn't get the 48 volt over the non-48 volt. It's just better in every single way. I know some people probably prefer the chrome, but I'd have to say personally, this looks much better with everything blacked out. I'd maybe change the wheels, that'd be about it. But drive-wise, it drives so much better. Only areas for improvement I'd say would have to be the interior. It's just looking a bit outdated, but I'd say there's nothing wrong with it. It would just be nice for something different. But looks-wise, especially with this new front end, I'd say the 48 volt would be the way to go.